author of the Hollow Man series, owner of Hollow Man Publishing. And we have Dr. Muhammad from Artilla, who's going to be our expert. I tell you right now, I'm so glad I'm not in the AI industry. I'm just glad I'm an aficionado because every week there can be disappointments. And today, when I get up this morning, here's this quick story. 3:30 in the morning, I get a text, or I get a text message before that, but I got up at 3:30 this morning. And when I got up, I saw a text from one of my clients saying, give me the top 3 celebrity interviews you've done in all time and top athletes you've interviewed all time. So I'm like, okay, cool. I need to develop this list again. So I go to Grok. Hi, Grok. And I'm working on other stuff. And it's 4.0, and I'm all excited, right? I ask, create a list for me of the top 75 interviews I've done in all time. I can't do that. Well, go search the web and search different. I'm not able to do that anymore. And this is the biggest frustration I have. I'm not able to do it. And then I ask, well, when did that change? Because I have a list and I could post it to you guys. Top 75 interviews Grok did for me a month and a half ago. So my first question for Dr. Muhammad before we share screen, and this is probably where Frank, there's frustration with you and Paul, that you get our AI chat to start doing the right things and then it stops behaving. Why does it
Yes.
stop behaving? And then I'll go the other. Because I think if I get frustrated, I'm sure an author will say, this is stupid. They're dumb. I'm moving on.
Yeah, no, you're right. I have also personally experienced the same thing. So it's almost like AI is still doing sometimes 1 step ahead, 3 steps backwards before doing a big jump. And every time they come up with some major changes, like Grok 4, it was a major change. So they may have messed up a lot of things that they didn't test properly, but they may have advanced other things, but then the mess up blocks that advancement. So I think every time, personally, what I do with almost any technology, Neil, is that when they come up with a new version, I wait 1 month for the first glasses to break, you know, for the first problems to be discovered. I let other people hit the wall, make the feedbacks, and then they do the updates, and then I use that version plus 1 month old or plus X month old. But you're right. This is a problem, and I think we will have a hard time to get around this, especially these big companies that do major AI advancements, because the AI is not like a regular software, which is like unidimensional. AI has so many dimensions to it that you would need an army of humans to test it. So you have no choice but to release it to the market and let the people test it and feedback to you, I think, economically speaking. So it may be the wrong strategy, or I may be wrong, but I would do that if I was behind these kind of monsters.
Okay, so let's go with the other. But I just want to get your feedback, Frank. Have you seen that where you've had things that the chat did for you before that stopped doing it?
No, I haven't, but again, I don't use AI as deep as you do, but no, it's I haven't run across that problem, no.
How about you, Paul?
Well, I I agree with Dr. Muhammad because in the old days we used to say that never touch 1.0 release of Microsoft,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Because
Yes, yes.
it's gone. I fully agree with what Dr. Muhammad is saying is that they put it out there and then they correct as they go, they correct the errors. And so I think that he's exactly right, is that they're taking they don't have time to add new things. They're creating the whole thing again at another time and saying, okay, this is what we have now. So basically as we become testers, the audience does.
It, it's frustrating.
All right, so let's go to the first question. Paul, I know you have tons of questions for Dr. Mohammed involving sharing the screen and for authors, like real time doing a task.
Yeah, let's start out with the kind of an easy one. I think is what is the role of AI likely to play in the future of publishing?
That's a tough question. For publishing companies or
Yeah,
for
like
authors?
for authors,
Yeah, for
publishing houses.
it doesn't have to be a publishing house. It could be
Yeah.
I'm thinking of maybe self-publishing as on Amazon.
Yes. I
Something.
think I think AI will Uberize the publishing industry. It will atomize it, and it will give to much more player the ability to do smaller publishing houses, or allow what we call in e-commerce direct to consumer, D2C. So that will be enabled more and more for the publishing industry as well. You would be able to be an author, a publisher, a distributor of your own, all in one go, thanks to AI. It will accelerate that development, I think. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Frank,
Yeah,
anything
no,
that you
perfect.
want to share screen type of question, Frank, that you'd like to see Mohammed perform?
Um, well, the big thing is again, I want to get into SEO. I want to find out what our competition is doing, and I want to be able to mirror them.
Okay, that's perfect. There you go.
Yeah,
You
very
have the
good. Yeah.
man that can do it.
So let's take which website or which book should we use as a benchmark? Shall we
Take
use
my
your
take my book, IGIN, IGIN. Okay, that's a
Yeah, so
IGIN?
make sure you share the screen, Mohammed.
Yes, I'm going to share the screen right now. Do you mind writing in the chat the book name, please? Because I think if it's 4 words,
IGIN. It's
I-
like
yeah,
this.
I'll type it, and then you can see I
I'm
share the
gonna put
screen
it
now.
in the,
It's a World War II historical fiction novel. IGIN, IGIN. Ask it what my competitors are. And find out what
IGIN, World War
IGIN,
II.
World War II historical fiction novel.
Yes, I'm going to search for it right now. Now, World War II brings up too many.
Yeah, just telling it. No, we want the novel.
Yeah, novel.
Historical fiction
Oh,
novel.
I can put your name, no?
yes.
Yeah, too. Sure.
Because remember, the search is different when you're going worldwide. Which one are you using US based
Here.
search right now?
Yeah, I find the Amazon Kindle, the book. Is that the one?
Mhm.
And then I see your website. So I think this looks like your
go to
books.
the
I'm gonna move
website.
this. Do you see my screen?
I don't know what I'm looking
Yes.
at. Kindle store. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So
there it
I
is
got
right
your
there.
website,
There it is right
and
there. 3-book
also
series.
Amazon. Sorry?
It's a 3-book series.
The 3-book series. Yes, I saw there is series 1. So let's look at how I search here. In terms of basics of SEO and how AI can help you immediately, is that the first thing that you need to understand is what is the query that people are going to type in Google search that may lead to your book and have your book appear in the first 1 or 2 pages without using IGN and without using Frank Fiore. What would be that keyword? Give me just one query for now, and we're going to do some tests.
What I don't understand. What do you want me to do?
Historical fiction.
Historical
Would that work?
fiction.
Exactly, yes. A generic search term. Historical fiction.
Mhm.
Historical fiction novel, yeah?
All right.
Yes.
So let's say this is the query that could funnel you some users, because if I'm looking for a historical fiction novel on Google search or on Amazon or anywhere, I should find you in the first result, so that you get more convertible, higher conversion people coming to your book. So if we look quickly here, if we do historical fiction novel, let's find a competitor. So these are good reads. I think these are the many books by maybe some influencers, but let's find a book that was able to make it stand alone into the first
Why don't you put World War II historical?
We can do that as well. Yes, if this is what people will type, World War II.
Right. Now that narrows it down.
Okay, here we go.
The concept, anyway.
So I think this comes from Google suggestions. There are 42. You need to look at how you make it into this list, because visually speaking, from an SEO perspective, this is going to be the high value clicks for you.
Yeah, well, I'm not on that list, so you can.
Yeah, no problem. That's how we can do it.
And then the reviews are going to be a key component, and also what's going to be a key component is how the description is done, and that's something that
Exactly.
we don't have the control over, Frank, because your publisher's in control of that. There are a lot of things that I've been able to do with the KDP when I'm using KDP that I've been able to really help sales for other clients by my description, keywords, and enhancing the search and how they sell it in the description using AI.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you ask AI what is the highest ranking historical fiction novel in World War II? Can you ask that directly?
That's a very good approach. Before we do that, can I tell you what I just noticed in this first page scrolling?
Sure.
So what I notice here is that it's not the book itself that makes it on the first page, but it's a collection of books by someone who say the best books about this subject. So if you look at here, you see it's group of books, the best historical fiction. There is the top 10.
And that's Goodreads.
Does Goodreads, and then there's another one here. Another guy, he did this historical fiction, and what is his top 10 books? You have to be in those top 10, top 20 books. Because indirectly, yeah.
Click on one and see what the ranking is in Amazon.
And it may be affiliate links. They use this to send traffic to their Amazon Kindle affiliate links. So for example, this one, Penguin Random House. Let's see. Maybe it's from their publishing house.
Yeah, it is a book. It's see what it ranks in Amazon.
Yeah.
If they're saying it's one of the best, it should have a very high ranking.
Yeah, let's see here. Amazon Kindle. I search it here. Yeah. This is the one, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the one. So 4.5 stars, 1,000. Yeah, this is definitely selling a lot.
Yeah, but what's the ranking?
The ranking in what terms?
I know Amazon ranks some of those.
Scroll down, please.
Here. Yes.
Keep going.
Yes. Oh, at the bottom.
Yeah, right there. Stop.
Yeah. Sorry, dismiss this. Here. Is it this one?
Yeah, number 44. That's pretty high. Number 48. Yeah. Now, how do we guide you in the rank like that?
Yes. So let's do a few things. Let's take this URL.
Yeah, but let's look at their meta tags and
we're gonna ask ChatGPT, and let's load your book. So let's put engine, maybe your Siri one, your first Siri.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
This one.
Yep.
So Frank Fury.
That's spelled with an E, by the way.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm doing it the French way.
That's Italian.
Yes, so this is your book, and this is the competitor that you want to learn from and improve yourself.
I want to find out how they got that high ranking.
So let's ask that directly to ChatGPTs. So this is what we call on-site optimization within the Kindle marketplace, within the Kindle search, not Google search. This is specific to Kindle. So let's do that. Help me discover how I can make my book listing better. Here is my listing. Now I'm going to put your listing here. And here is one of the best selling competitor in my target category. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I put that top selling book, this one. Okay. Now I will tell it, analyze both listings from a Amazon Kindle search engine positioning perspective, because you have many different perspectives for this. You could say analyze from a user perspective for getting the best clicks, and then it will be more visual. But here we're asking like a technical comparison. So let's see what we do, and also against good practices for improving Kindle listings performance, and give me the results in a table format so I can compare my listing with the competitor listing. Let's see what it gives us. Is it doing something? Yeah, here. Okay. So you see it's starting to pull up in a table. I usually like to do table because it allows us to do VS, you know. But it's not doing an analysis. Yeah, it is. Title and branding. Your listing, clear, but Ijin is less known. May benefit from subtitles and emphasizing World War II, kamikaze, coming of age. Here you get 3 keywords that you need to put into your listing. And this is what I was trying to tell you. How can you position yourself without your name, without Ijin and without Frank Fiori? And it's a little bit what they are saying as well. You need to take the next best generic keywords. Title with series or authors, New York Times best-selling, clear and strong, okay? Book description and the blurb. You present historical Japan-focused kamikaze Amazon product page, and then what they say, very detailed and emotionally rich. Maybe this is a keyword for you. Frank.
Yeah.
This tells you that emotions sell. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course,
and
you have also...
that's a great point. You said the key. It's in the keywords.
Yes.
You know, because that's you know, without the keywords, you run into problems in so many ways. Absolutely.
Exactly. Exactly. And also, you have to look at some books. They will trigger different emotions, and also they can rely on different words that are very often typed. For example, Holocaust. This is like a major attraction point and also sentimental point. Yeah, maybe the book is about World War II, but from a Holocaust perspective. Maybe yours is not because it's in Japan, but maybe there is the equivalent of something as shocking as the Holocaust for your story. Maybe like Pearl Harbor, or I don't know, something that can raise emotions from the past. So that's what I read from here. You need to work on the emotional rich description or emotional rich keywords. And then author credentials and marketing, that we cannot do much because you're starting. So of course, naturally you have less stars, but we will work on that. Metadata and categories, listed under World War II historical fiction, war fiction, but low rank, 12+ million overall. It's a niche. This one was published in March 2025.
Sorry, Dr. Mohammed, can
Yeah.
AI now say, can you ask it something like, give me the best keywords?
Yes, we're going to come to that, but I think it's important that you need, I think it started here, you see, and we can go there, but it's important to understand what are the technical differentiations and you dig on them. So I will not go through all of them, but this tells you things that the AI can only guide you. It's telling you basically here, the way you read it is that maybe you want to go into smaller categories where there is less competition first.
Right.
Rather than big categories. I think that's what you need to read here.
That's the hardest part. And Paul, you figured it out with finding a competition area that you fit yourself into in the category. Any AI can do anything any other tool can do. That's the bottom line. But then it's all about your prompt at the end of the day. And Dr. Mohammed, this is a great point that there's so much research before a book comes out. And the big 5 publishers, Paul, wouldn't you agree? They probably put a lot of effort into that research of how they're going to describe it, how they're going to put all the different bells and whistles in the marketing side of just the release in the back end of the book.
Yeah, they should be doing that, of course.
Yeah. And pay attention. And sorry, pay attention. Sometimes you may have the same text on both sides, but the way that it's presented with colors and highlighting on the competitor is better than yours because there is a visual part to the text, not only the semantics. And that's what it's saying here, the visual A+ content. So if you look at the way they do it, you see there's maybe here is bold, and then maybe they have something that you're not using, we can ask AI to do it. You see, you didn't use the bold thing that kind of highlights.
And he has no control over that. That's the shame part.
So who did that?
His publisher.
Oh, okay.
It comes from Ingram Spark, which
No,
then
you didn't do iGen.
Got
no,
it,
that's
got it.
Paul. You
Oh,
didn't.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
no,
I'm sorry.
it's his
You're right.
publisher.
Here.
You have the
Yeah.
control
Never mind.
of
I have
the
no
Westerns,
control
but
of
you don't have control of this.
No,
Yeah, never
I
mind.
can make
All right.
recommendations to the publisher and say,
Yes, we can do that.
SEO that I want you to use. And
so now let's just finish going through the things. Social proof, that you will have to build it. It's okay. The keywords, again, more keywords, and then publisher report. That's also something that you cannot do much. So it gives you a summary of what to improve. Let's go through very quickly just to see. You see, add emotional language. I think that's very important. Yeah.
Now, couldn't I ask AI to say, based on your recommendation,
Yeah, exactly.
you give me what
exactly. Yeah, let's do that. So author credentials, professional reader reviews, stronger keywords. Again, that's emotional. Enhance visual presentation and increase of social proof, align metadata. Okay, good. So now you can tell it. So we're gonna follow what the AI told us. It told us that it's not enough emotional, and also the text is not arranged in a way that it can express more bling bling, you know, in a way. So I can tell it now, based on my current listing description and content, write for me a better content with proper with more emotional impact and better visual aspects as per your recommendation, and give me the content in markdown format. So Frank, markdown format allows some highlights and some bolding and some categorization to make the text arrange. So that's what I asked the AI, in markdown format. And let's see what it's going to give us.
This is what we want to do as far as a course. I mean, it's one thing we talk in the beginning, we were just talking to people. This is beautiful because this actually gives authors an actual example of what it can do.
Oh yeah, but you had to go
Exactly,
to the basics first, and that's where the course can go into so many different directions, Frank. And this is good hands-on showing that, and we could do that in a live course as well, showing specifically what AI can do, because there's so many things in breaking it down, comparisons, looking at particular things. But this is impressive stuff.
Yes, and here you can see that in a couple of minutes, by just piggybacking on what the AI was saying, it did a few things that are interesting. A bold title, maybe it redid your title. Is that coming of age? What was your title? In the hands of God's Eugene book. So it was just your book's name here also?
That's a quote out of the book itself.
Yeah. So yeah, I noticed that's what it did. I think it kind of highlighted the quote as an appealing part. So you need to look at it and see if this makes more sense. Normally, from a technical perspective, AI and ChatGPT is very good at doing search engine optimized content. It's really good. Where it may fall short is that it may invent things that are not in your books. So you have to be very careful that it didn't exaggerate or bring up something that is not there. So beside that, if there is nothing that was superfluous and added, you can trust the technical content. So I don't know if we should read it or if you can see well on my screen if it's too small, but it's alternating quotes.
I enlarged it.
Yeah, it's alternating quotes with short paragraphs and then another quote, you know, I think to give some punches to the reader so that in 30 seconds, they are incited to read maybe. And I think you see here, kamikaze pilot.
Yeah.
It put it in bold and it didn't do it randomly. It's telling you that kamikaze pilot maybe the keyword that it will attract the readers.
Oh, it will. So let's go back to Ijan's title and subtitle, Frank.
Yeah.
Mohammed.
Here, this is the title.
Yeah.
And there is no subtitle, right?
And there's no subtitle.
Yeah. And also here, you see, you repeat your book title. So this is already, we could use something else. Because you're talking about the trilogy. Okay, that's a good point. Should you talk about your trilogy, the whole series, or not? You know, these are questions that you could ask. Because you see, this text here is about, maybe is about 150 words, yeah? What is the best things to put in these 150 words? And that's what you need to decide here. Yeah, so that it's the title of the book as is, but let's look at what it did. It didn't use your title, it used, I don't know what, no, here, sorry. In the hands of good gods, and then a subtitle.
So this is great information. Let's come up with some more questions that model this completely for the next session. Frank and Paul, this is interesting to look at, right?
I would like to do this with the Western, since we have control over that. This is great. All I can do is send this as a suggestion to my publisher, but who knows if they're going to change it or not. But yeah,
you can do something else, Frank, is that you can work on your website. You can get your website. Where is your website? Here. You can get your website to drive traffic, and you have unlimited control here. So
yeah, but you do, but then you're not going to be able to rank SEO wise as well as Amazon and the search.
Yeah.
If we're looking at SEO, if we're looking at driving them through social media, that's a different story. And we're driving his audience that might not all be historical fiction fans. That's the problem. So what we need, if you're looking at SEO, is it's all about the titles in Amazon or in Ingram Spark.
There is something that could be useful for Frank here, Neil, is that this by now will bring me to Amazon Kindle listing. If I click. Yes. So here is how it works. Most of the time, the marketplaces, when you are a new seller or a new publisher, you don't have a lot of social proof, you don't have a lot of feedbacks, you know, like they were saying. They expect you to drive traffic to your own listing first, because that is a signal for the marketplace that there is a demand. So if there is a demand coming from you, from your networks, even though they don't have data on which they can base.
He has so many different books, Dr. Mohammed. He's a multi-genre author. So sometimes we're pushing Westerns, sometimes we're pushing historical fiction.
Yeah,
and he's a one of a kind. Frank's one of a kind. There's not many people like Frank. We did this in the research. We asked AI, how many people are multi-genres authors like Frank? And there's maybe one or two.
One or two, yeah.
In all,
so that's perfect. That could be your own website, is the multi-genre. And then, but what I'm saying here, Neil, is that when you are in the marketplace as an early and first comer with not much data, you have to drive traffic to your listing from other channels, like you said, from social media, but also from your website. Now, when those visitors will come from your website and social media, Amazon Kindle will have data to build a reader profile from your own visitors. Because what they don't have is that they don't have data on which they can base the position of your book. And sometimes you have to, you know, like you kick off an engine, you have to put the energy in the alternator before the engine starts. There's the same thing with marketplaces. You have to input that initial energy.
All right. So this is a great session. We'll continue with next week, the Westerns. Best place to go, Artilla, RTILA.com, FrankFiore.com, and the HolomanSeries.com. Appreciate it, guys. Great stuff. I'm going to stop the share right now. And that is a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show. And